Hello, we're back. And every time I start streaming, I always forget to add subtitles. You know what? Let's do it live. What? Let's do it live. Give me 1 second. Subtitles. Let's select our font. Oh my goodness, come on, please. For those who don't know, the new font for the layout is called Bank Gothic Light. So, I don't know. I just thought it was a really cool looking font. So let's do that. Let's read from file, and it is somewhere around here. Give me 1 second, guys. Where does it save it? I forgot. I literally forgot. Can it show preview? Settings? Question mark? Unless that just opens the same settings. I literally forgot where it saves it to. I won't spend too long on this. This isn't the point of the stream. I'm just like, if I can add them now, then you know what? I sure will. Oh, I can't find it. I'll do it later. Oh well. Hi, welcome to stream. Sorry about that. Yeah, we're back with more game dev, and 1 second. We're back with more game dev. I did all of this, just like off stream, like basically all throughout last month. I updated the house blueprint, so now you can like set the color of it on your own. You can change like the roof rotation. There's like little stairs in front of the door. You can have like a full-on garage now. Hey Roto, welcome to stream. I also made these like telephone wires, which I think look really cool. And you know, this road. These are still all, you know, just placeholder. But at least if I can like get all of these assets like down, then you know, then we can have something going. This stream I'm thinking is just gonna mostly be either creating like some new assets or like just like plopping down some more of these assets maybe. Yeah, I have a full on sidewalk now. I can probably run around real quick. Oh yeah, and I have like texts showing like where I want like each of like the different assets to go in this area. But yeah, when I'm running around, just like don't worry about the text, it's fine. Yeah, let me run around real quick. It's been a while since I've actually gone back to working on this. And I gotta say, with what I have here so far, it doesn't look that bad. I think I need to make this landscape like 2 times bigger, cause like you can tell, like even if I like put like a bunch of trees over here, you can still tell that, I don't know, maybe that might be the end of the world over there. I mean, maybe not. I'm not sure. But yeah, I gotta say, for these just being like, you know, simple asset, like this is literally just like, I could go into first person mode to like get a closer look, but like this is literally just like a stretched up cube, and these like little like shingles are just like, you know, extruded edges and whatnot. But it doesn't look that bad. The texturing looks pretty good on these, and even like with the door and all that. I can come up here real quick. You know, there's still like the doorknob looks a little jank, but like you're not gonna get that close to it. And the I might have to like work on, if there's anything I want to work on relating to these houses more, it's probably got to be these stairs. I want to have like a toggle between like landing stairs and like a porch or whatever. But yeah, especially like this area, like in between all the houses here, like I want to maybe add like a fence, like going in between like these areas to like block off like the backyards and all that. But for now, I don't know. I don't think it looks that bad. So what I'm thinking of doing for this stream, it's gonna be kind of a short one, because, I'm not 100% sure what I should do. All I know is that I just want to get back into the swing of things. I want to, maybe make a blueprint for, like, some of the bigger buildings, like if we come over here. I don't have to be running around for this. If we come over here, there's going to be like a school like right next to the park. I'm thinking like maybe I make some assets for like walls for that, and like I don't know, maybe lay out what like the grocery store is going to look like, maybe some fast food buildings. Yeah, it's very suburban. Yeah, and I don't know. I think it's coming along pretty decently so far. But yeah, so I have Blender open, so we could just kind of experiment with that. We could get some more textures. I've been getting these textures from I believe, is it literally just Megascans? I think so. Yeah. I've just been getting these textures from Megascans, so we don't really have to worry too much about that. Let's see. I'm just thinking about how I might want to do this, because like the thing is I would need to make like not only the building but like the parking lot and stuff like that too. I'm just not sure exactly how I should start. I'm thinking, well, here, let me pull up my reference. I just took a bunch of like Google images, and some of these are actually like real locations near me, so I don't want to dox myself. So I'll just have my reference over on this monitor here. Let's see. Should probably start by like making like some sort of like parking lot maybe. And that's another thing too, is I want to have like actual driveways that go in between like the garages and the streets at some point. But you know what? I won't worry about like, I'll worry about like parking lots and driveways and stuff like later. I just want to get these buildings like you know, laid out and like blueprinted, even if they're not 100% complete. So yeah, I mean, let's just go into Blender and just like figure something out, I guess. Let's see. I know what I want to do is, let's see, these don't really have like foundations or anything, do they? They're literally just like brick walls. They're hidden really well by like trees and shrubbery. But yeah, I'm thinking I just recreate one of these windows here. I'd say it's about like 4 meters maybe. So here's what I'll do. Let me add a plane. There we go. And then let me make it, I'll make it like 4 meters by 4 meters. I think, the actual house is a bit different, because I have this here. The house is, let me just find, yeah. hide you as well. How many meters tall are you? You are about 4 meters tall. Okay, so it is roughly similar. All right. Yeah. So we'll do that. There we go. And that's gonna be, this is just gonna have like a brick texture on it. And then for the window, let's see. I'm gonna probably make like 2 loop cuts. Oops. Like here. Well, here, before I do that, I'm gonna inset it a little bit by like 0.5. How's that look? Oops. Wait. Does that... Okay. Okay, yeah, that's what I want. Let's try like 0.5. Did not mean to do that. And then, yeah, we'll add in our loop cuts here. So in the reference I'm looking at, there's like 2 windows and they're separated by like a thing in the middle. And then let's add a loop cut like right here maybe. And then this is going to be where the actual windows are. So I'm thinking all these faces need to be extruded in just a little bit. They're like maybe like right there. That should work. And for the windowsill, actually, no, I don't want to do it like that. Guys could still, yeah, no problems with the stream or anything. So far, so good. How am I gonna do this? I guess I could just literally add in like a cube. Scale it down. And then just sort of add it in front. There we go. And then we take these, and then we snap them to the vertex. Oops, forgot to turn it on. There we go. There we go, so now it's exactly lined up. And we could just drag these out. And there's our windowsill. Alright, beautiful. So you are gonna have a windowsill texture. I do not know if that's how you spell windowsill, but that's fine. I'm just gonna save this. Other building assets. There we go. Alright, now so these are going to be glass. So these are gonna be just like windows. And then you... I'm in my Persona 5 Royal phase now. Nice. I really want to get back into playing Persona 5 at some point. I don't have, I just have, like, you know, just Persona 5. I don't have, like, P5 Royal or anything like that, but, I got pretty darn far in that game. I think I made it to, whatever that girl's name is, that, like, her dad owns all the fast food places. I got her in my party, and I got, like, midway through her, area. But, yeah, that's where I left off. I like to imagine I got pretty far in that game, but also that it's such a long game. It's really such a long game. So for the shutters... Okumura, thank you. Yeah, that's who it was. Yeah, I got like midway through her her area. And I got like really stuck on something, and then I'm just like, I just put it down for a bit and then just never picked it back up. But I really wanna, it's such a fun game. 110, yeah, it's so long. Like, I'm a huge fan of those kind of like long RPGs. I mean, seeing as I played all of Xenoblade 1 and halfway through Xenoblade 2. But you know, sometimes when like you're so far deep in a game and then just something happens that you like, just some kind of immovable force that you just feel like you can't get past, and you just gotta put it down for a bit. That's what I did with Xenoblade. Royal expands the story. Yeah, gotcha. That's what I heard. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. There we go. Kuma's, yeah, it's a bit of a struggle. I forget. All I remember about it is let me look up to see if it's the one that I'm thinking of. That's the like the technology palace, right? Okumura Palace. Yeah, this is it. It's such a like well-designed palace. Like, it's so cool looking, but like I got to a place where it's like, I think it's like the big like circle maze in the middle where you have to like input a bunch of passwords. And yeah, I forget exactly what you have to do there, but that was pretty tough. Alright, so I have the basic, I did not mean to do that. I have the basic design for what I want the window to look like. I'm just gonna bring it into Unreal and just see what I can do with it. Actually, let me see if all these faces are facing the right way. These are not. We flip these. Wait, or are they? Are they? No, they are. Alright, now we're good. I have these two extra little bits here because these are like gonna be the curtains behind the windows. Yeah, so like these are gonna be glass, so you'll be able to see through them, and then you'll be able to see these. But yeah, we're all good. We just select this. School window. And I also need to make a door, but I'm not gonna have any blank walls here because according to my reference, they're like all the walls are just windows. So yeah, it should be fine. Let me just file, export. Just 1 second. I will be right back. I'm gonna switch to intermission for just a second. Alright, we're back. I exported it. I just gotta now bring it in here. Also been playing Rain World. Let me look that up real quick. Rain World. Oh yeah, I have seen this. This looks pretty neat. This looks very much like what am I thinking of? Like Ori and the Blind Forest. Like it has that art style to it. Wonder if it's the same like people or like it's just like a very similar art style. It looks really neat. Oops. Alright, let's bring in that thing I just exported. That would be this. And we need, actually, yeah, that looks good. Oh, oops. This is probably important. I need to actually UV unwrap this. That's probably gonna be a bit important. Smart UV project. There we go. That's a lot better. Yeah, that'll work. Now we file export. Just save over that. That's fine. And then we bring you back in. That's better. That's a lot better. So, wait, why do you only have one material slot? I gave you 5. Why do you only have 1? Oh, because I never actually assigned the rest of these. That's probably important. I'm good at making video games. Windows, assign, windowsill. We'll select you, assign. You are whatever these are, and probably all this too. You are that, assign. Is that all? Right, I need these two. You are shutters. Or you're not shutters, just curtains. Assign. There we go. Now we export. For hopefully the last and good and final time. Alright, bring you back. Now, you have 6 more material slots. Yeah, there we go. Just whatever. Yeah, there we go. So now, I have some assets from Megascans. Like I have a brick wall surface here that I'm thinking we just try it out and see how it looks. I know we might need to Here, I can make a material instance. So it's, I could like adjust it individually. So for example, I can have all these Steam pop-ups. Keep forgetting. Oh, wait, shoot. Hold on. Bad. Cancel. I forgot. I'm running Unreal Engine through Steam. Oops. Alright. Almost did a bad there, but we're good. We're good. We saved it. Just all those Steam pop-ups. I don't want those to be appearing on stream. But it's fine. I know there's probably a way to turn that off. Right. So let's get our window here. Let us shrink you down just a little bit. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Let me put it in the world. Yeah. And then let me get the character by it just to like have like a sense of scale. Just slap them there. There we go. We probably need to make these bricks a bit smaller so we can do 2 and 4. Yeah, there we go. So now, let's get, actually I have a glass, yeah, advanced glass pack, materials, let's see, what do they use for the windows of the house? Let me find out. I probably just use the same one here. Excuse me. Let me just try that, maybe. Well, I got that first try. I did not know what material that would be, but I'm a genius. So I know I need to put like a little bit of a bevel in between the windows here. But yeah, it's fine. That looks pretty good. And then, let's get the windowsill, which I think is probably just gonna be like concrete or whatever. Mega scan, surfaces. Do I not have, what am I using for, okay, yeah, probably just concrete pavement. I mean, it's not pavement, but you know, it's just like a concrete windowsill. And you are going to be, Rainworld is unique. What's it about? Like it looks a lot like Ori in the Blind Forest. So I wonder if it like plays similarly. I've seen a little bit of it, but I haven't seen that much. But it looks very neat. I love the art style. Let us change this. Let's try like 3 and 3, 5 and 5. I think that works. 'Cause you're like, you're not gonna really be able to see it that much. Well, let's get these curtains, which I think, what did I use for that? I used like yeah, fabric. Yeah, there we go. I really gotta shrink the texture on that because that looks way too detailed. So let's try like 5 and 5 for that. Yeah, that looks better. Maybe we try like 7 and 7. Yeah, we can go with that. And then let's make the color just a wee bit darker. Survival platformer game. You need to eat food in order to hibernate so you can avoid the rain. Gotcha. Yeah, that seems like a lot of fun. I definitely want to like play more, like, yeah, surprisingly complicated lore-wise. Gotcha. I want to play more like I suppose like indie games, like just like modern like games like that. I really need to play more of those. Cause let's see, I played a lot of let's see, what did I played a lot of games last year, but like not like any that came out like recently. But yeah, I really want to like, cause I know that's like a whole like rabbit hole of just like fun games you can just dive down on Steam. I'm thinking for these little sections here. Life and death are connected, but like a ring. If you die, you'd wake up again as if nothing happened. Gotcha. Yeah, that is pretty neat. Like, I love games with like unique concepts like that. This is very cool. I don't know if this is technically what this material is supposed to be. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm just gonna use this. School window, like centerpiece. I don't know. And we'll put that there, and then yeah, it's not that color, so we need to change that. Let's do like that, and then you are more like a black color. And I know I need to like bevel out these edges here to give like the windows some like bars or whatever, but you know, that looks pretty good for a window like that. And then we just need to make a bunch of them. So let's see. The creature AI is also really good. Nice. Yeah, let me save everything. Right, so I've been working on these houses for a while, like all throughout like last month or so. And these are all actually blueprints. So what that means is like they're just like scripts that I made that like I can use, so I can like plop down a house here, and then I can use these like parameters to adjust like the length, the the depth, and then like if I want like a second floor or not, if I want the roof rotated, if I want, yeah, like I said, a second floor. There's like all these parameters that basically set up myself. And that's what I'm gonna do similarly for like some of these other buildings here. Yeah, I'm making a school. Just to have like some other buildings, you know, sort of put here. And like I said, I also need to have like a parking lot as well. And I like that it's next to like the park over here. But yeah, if I open up the house blueprint, it's gonna take a little while because there's a lot to it. This is it. So all of these nodes are doing something. So everything up here is just like creating. So it's only loading in one instance of the actual like asset mesh that I'm using. So I have, for example, like this wall. It's just like a 2x4 meter wall that is just spawning a bunch of like times in a row. They're all instancing themselves from one mesh. So that's what all these nodes do. They're like setting what that instance is for each object, and then these set like the materials so that I can update them in the blueprint. And then all of this is just placing each of the walls depending on like the length and the depth of each thing. And then there's like other controls like over here. We have like the door position. I have like in the future I'm gonna change the like landing type. You know, there's like I made like corner meshes that like also get placed. It's just doing a bunch of math to determine where each of the meshes go and how many instances there are. So I need to do something similar with these other buildings, but these aren't going to be as complicated as this because there's not going to be as much to it. So I'm just going to make a new blueprint. It's going to be I believe it's an actor, right? It just says blueprint class. I think it's an actor. It's not a pawn. Yeah, it's an actor. BP. I'll just say like other buildings, because I might want to use this blueprint for like the grocery store as well, and I'll make separate assets for that. Give me just 1 second here. So, copying what I did for the house, basically, I need to make a thing so that excuse me, sorry, I don't know what's wrong with me. Again, I'm allergic to streaming every time. Yeah, similar to what I did for the house, I need to make an instance static mesh. And you are just like the window, school window. And then you are, let me just bring it from here. There you are. So let's see, how did I do this? It starts here, so we're going to go in the construction script. We are going to we don't need to adjust the materials on this, so we don't need to worry about these materials. We just need to set static mesh. So actually, we don't need to do it here. So it's just setting this instance to be the school window. And I should probably make this a variable so that I can change it whenever I want to. School window mesh. And we'll make it public so I can change it in the editor. So there we go. So now what we need to do is the fun part. So yeah, all of this is creating an editable material instance and then setting it to the mesh. We're not going to worry about materials for this one. So all the way down here, all the way up here, we need a for loop. Just add for loop. I think it's just for each. No, it's not this. For loop. And the index is going to be the length. You are an integer. You are public. There we go. And that is the last index, right? Yeah. Length minus 1 because it starts at 0. Minus 1. Oops, 1. Thank you. You are the last index. And then all we need to do, just to place these, we don't need to worry about any of this complicated stuff. We just need to add instance. So, add instance. School window. And the transform is where all the math happens. So, we need to get local bounds. So what this does is it takes a mesh or an instance static mesh, whatever. It takes a mesh and it like measures how long it is. So it gets its like minimum vertex position and its maximum. So it like just literally measures how long it is. So if I take this and just like multiply it by the index of the for loop, depending on the length, it's just gonna place windows like literally right next to each other, if that makes any sense at all. So we need to get the we need to split, we need to get the max x, because in here this is the x. This is the x-axis, the red line. So we need to get the x-axis. Any difference between Unity and Unreal Engine? Unreal Engine looks cool. I'm just literally my only decision for picking Unreal Engine over Unity was I just looked at games made by both engines and I just thought Unreal Engine games looked cooler. So I picked Unreal Engine. Thing is about Unreal Engine is this is literally the programming. You place nodes and they do stuff for like, so like I'm building this like building generator right now. It's literally, there's no like programming language or like any like typing involved. It's called Blueprint. So you place these nodes down and this is basically all the programming is. So it's really easy to learn, and that's like the big selling point is you can have this like visual programming language, and there's all kinds of resources on YouTube. I mean, there's all kinds of resources on YouTube to learn like actual programming languages, but this is just like, you know, being able to see what you're doing visually makes it a lot easier to learn and like a lot easier to understand. As far as like how games look, it's just the way each engine, it's just like what each engine uses to render graphics basically. And I just, like I said, I just thought Unreal Engine looked cooler. Thing is with Unity is they're in a bit of drama right now. So that's another reason why I'm glad I'm sticking with Unreal Engine. Basically Unity's whole thing is they're like charging people that made games with Unity like royalty fee. I don't even know if they're royalty fees, but like they're adding a new charge like onto creators that made games with Unity. Yeah, yeah. So you've heard about the whole drama, but just another reason why I'm glad I'm sticking with Unreal Engine. But like Unity's a perfectly good engine too. Like it's just literally depends on which one you want to learn. That's literally all it is. But yeah, and Godot is also a neat engine. I haven't seen too much from it, but it's very similar to Unity, but I think it's like open source and not going through drama. But yeah. Let's see. What do I need to do? But yeah, I just love Unreal Engine's like whole blueprint system. I didn't even know this was a whole thing when I started. So it's made programming like so much easier for me, because that's if I open up the characters, Jimmy, here he is. This is literally all the characters programming, and they're all, I organized it neater, so you know all the abilities are in these like macros here. But yeah, it's literally like just even being able to like move around and do abilities and stuff is all programmed using these nodes, and it's really easy to learn. But yeah, let's see, what else do I have to do? Right, I have to multiply the x by the index. And then that gets added there. So depending on the length index, so for example, if I set the length index to like 2, since the index starts at 0, I immediately subtract 1 from the length. So it's going from 0 to 1. So there's going to be 2 windows placed effectively. So that's why I subtract 1. So since it is going from 0 to 1, it places a window at index 0, and then it goes through the for loop again, and then places it at index 1. So it is multiplying, so it is adding the instance at these coordinates. The first window is going to be placed at 0, 0, because the index would be 0 for that instance. So it'd just be multiplied by 0. So this would just be 0. But for the next index, it's going to be index 1. So it'd be multiplied by 1. And it would effectively just be placed directly next to the previous window. And then if it were multiplied by 2, if the length was 3, then it would put a window next to that window. So let's see if it works. So I just, so this is just the mesh. I can get rid of this. So if I place this, theoretically, yeah, there we go. So now I can just adjust the length. Let me get a little bit closer. Yeah, here we go. I adjust the length. We can add more windows. There we go. And then, like, I can make this mesh bigger, and because it's getting the local bounds of whatever instance mesh it is, which I can change from this variable here, it won't like clip into each other. It'll still measure the length of whatever mesh it's instancing and just like place it right next to each other. So yeah, the next thing I need to do is I need to adjust the width or the depth. Now, I don't know why these shadows are weird. These shadows are very weird, and I am not... Oh, you know what? I wonder... Yeah, okay. So it'll be fine. So what's going on with these shadows is there's no back face to any of these windows. So light is literally just like passing through the nothing that is the back face. So that's why the shadows look weird like that. But if I turn it around, then the actual solid part is facing the light, so it's able to actually cast a full shadow. So once I make the back of the building, then the shadows will look normal. So there we go. Now let us do the depth. So we could probably come over here. We need a sequence. Sequence. Coding's interesting. Coding is fascinating. Like, so Unreal Engine, like, not only does it use Blueprint, but you can also use C++ for Unreal Engine. That's another thing too. Unreal Engine uses C++ while Unity uses C#. There's like minor differences, but they're based on C, so it's similar, but there's still a bit of a, you know, new stuff you have to learn based off that. So I could choose to use C++ for all the programming here, but I like Blueprint because it's easy. But eventually, like, because another thing with Blueprint too is it's a bit more, it's not that much more resource intensive, but it's a little bit more resource intensive to run code using Blueprint. But yeah, even C++ is very fascinating because it's like it's a lot of, you just gotta understand, it's a lot of math. It's a lot of math to place things at like specific coordinates and like play animations at specific timings and stuff. Yes, program, I command you to do what I type. And then it does exactly the thing you asked it to do, and it's all wrong, and it's bad, and it's messed up. That's programming. Yeah. It's all based on the X, Y, and Z axis. Because that's literally all I'm doing here, and that's what this huge complicated code pile is doing, is just placing a bunch of assets at specific coordinates based on a lot of math. But yeah, we have a sequence. So this is all the front wall. Now we need the left wall, which is based on the depth. So I need to add another variable. And we need another for loop. So we need the depth. Subtract 1. And then it's very similar. I mean, I know we need to we can grab the window and we can add instance. And then we can split you. We need to rotate you by 90 degrees on the Z. It's like a different language from what I heard. What, like C++ and C#? They are different languages, but they're both based on the original language C. So there's similarities between the two, but yeah, they are different. Just like in general. Gotcha. What am I trying to do? Yeah, rotate on the Z by 90, and let's see. I'm trying to figure out what I did here. So we need to get you again. Get local bounds. So we still need to multiply the x by the index. What was it like when you first learned how to code? I actually took a, they had like a coding class in high school, and it was a lot of fun. Like, just like being able to make like little things, like little like math-based things, and then like seeing all the stuff you typed in, you know, work as like one big thing at the end is like very satisfying. I'm in a coding class too. Yeah, it's a lot of fun if you like that kind of thing. Just like seeing a thing you made work. And it's all like a very similar satisfying feeling, whether or not it's like C++ or something like Blueprint. It's just a lot of like you're hardly gonna memorize it all unless you're working in the field for like 10 years. You'll remember like some things, like there's some nodes here that like I use a lot, like branch nodes are, if I put in a branch node, it takes a true or false condition and executes 2 lines of code depending on what that condition is. So this is your if statement, basically. You learn stuff like that, like that you memorize, but like bigger things, like how things work, like I'm literally referencing my house script that I made, which in turn I also referenced from a YouTube tutorial. So it's a lot, and you're not gonna memorize it all, but and then you're gonna like do a lot of referencing other things, but like that's a good thing. That's just what you need to do. I'm just trying to remember why this works. So I need to invert this. So I need to multiply that result by -1. And then I need to subtract that result from the x. And then it just works. Ladies and gentlemen, it just works. So the depth is public. Okay, alright. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Oops. I made a blunder. This does not go in the X, this goes in the Y. There we go, that's better. So now, we have a length, and we have a depth. So we have 2 walls, now. So let's see. If I weren't going to invert this, then okay, yeah. So if I never inverted that, then the wall would just be going the complete opposite direction in front of the other wall. So the walls need to be spawned on the other side, which is why you need to invert the original multiplication. And then if I were to just plug this in without subtracting it from itself, then, right, then this would just be kind of placed here offset and then just like going from there, which looks really bad. So that's why we need to subtract it from itself. And now it's lined up properly, and there we go. So now we need to create the back wall, which is going to be a little bit more involved. The back wall references the length and the depth. So we need another pin in the sequence, and we need another for loop that uses the length. So we'll just put you down here. There we go. And then, yeah, add instance. Coding is also just a lot of copying and pasting. It's just literally, it's either, like I said, copying from a YouTube tutorial or just copying and pasting stuff you already did. So we need this as well. So yeah, you need to be rotated 180 degrees because you're gonna be facing away. We take the bounds of the window and we multiply it by the length index, so same as up here. So we take U, multiply it by U, and then, oh boy, this is a lot. We also need to multiply U by the depth. And we also need to invert it. So we will multiply that result by -1. And then we add this result to itself so it's not misaligned. And this gets plugged in the X, and this gets plugged in the Y. Does that work? It sure does. So now we have a back wall. So it is offset by whatever the value of the depth is. So it just kind of follows. If there's any more windows added, it offsets itself to line up with those line of windows. And this is just literally the exact same value as the front wall. So you can adjust that as well. So yeah, there we go. The reason we had to subtract it from itself is by rotating it, it rotates it like around the corner. So this window would end up over here and it'd be misaligned. So we just had to realign it by doing that. Now let's create the left wall, which is, or the right wall, which is the last wall we need. And that is right over here. So we need the depth again. Bring you down here. There we go. Right, we need you, and we need you. All right, what's the math look like here? So we multiply you by the length. There we go. And we also multiply you by the index. And invert it. And then that looks like it's literally it. So this gets plugged into the X, this gets plugged into the Y. And you are rotated 270 degrees. And that should be it. We should have 4 walls now. Yeah, there we go. We have a box. Ladies and gentlemen, we have officially made a box. I might need to, because the shadows still look a little bit weird. Yeah, and I don't want you to be able... I want, like, ground windows like this, but I don't want you to be able to actually see the ground inside, because I'm not going to work on the interior of this. This isn't a building you're going to be able to enter. It's just literally... I think another reason why the shadows look weird, too, is because we don't have a roof as well. So like a black window, kinda. I know some games do like a trick to like give it a quote-unquote interior by like faking depth and like sort of making it look like there's a room when there's really a flat plane. But I don't know how to do all that. And I'm too lazy. We might not technically need to do... I mean, I still might, because I still don't want you to really fully be able to see through it. I still want there to be, like, the appearance of glass, though. Again, this is still kind of a placeholder until I can make more, like, better detailed assets for this kind of thing. So... I think now what we need to do, and we need to kind of do a little bit of improv here, is I want to make separate floors. And I want to make a slider for that as well. So we need to bring you back up. Let us make a comment around all these so that we don't get lost in our code. So this is the front wall. This is the back wall, or the left wall. This is the back wall. And this is the right wall. There we go. So I'm thinking the way we do it is we literally just need to take everything that we made. So we need a height as well. So we need a height integer. So that'll go there. And I think we just append it to the end of all of these. So I guess what we do is after the for loop for the after the for loop for the length, we make another for loop. For the height. We grab you, we'll subtract 1. So this is a separate index. That we can reference. And the height is just literally the z multiplied by the index. And that gets plugged into there. Let's just see if that works. All right, something messed up. We are now missing a front wall. Cool. Cool and neat. Cool and neat and epic. What did I do wrong? Is it literally the existence of this for loop in the code? Yeah, because I get rid of that and then it just disappears. So I think we need to put the height for loop before the length for loop. I think that matters. So let's try that. Well, the height is okay. You know what? The height is 0. Maybe it is working. I'm just really stupid. The height is 0, which means non-existent. So let's set it to 1, meaning that there's 1 story, and let's see if that brings our wall back. There it is. All right, I was just being a little dumb. I was being a little daft. Now if we set it to 2, we have a second floor. There we go. All right. It was a lot easier than I thought it was. So the order doesn't matter. It's just it's all good. So we can actually put this back where it used to be, and then just reconnect all this just to make it look better. There we go. So we just need to add a height index for the rest of the walls. So we just literally add this in there. Bam, 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 and bam. We do the same down here. And one more time. There we go. Now we can control how many stories this this building has. So we could just kind of put it wherever we want. There we go. So I'm thinking this is gonna be like back here maybe. So it has like a front like courtyard area, and then maybe if we like scooch it over here. And then yeah, there'll be like a parking lot over here. There's like a courtyard up front, and then it's right next to the park. So that's very good. All we need now, all we're really missing is a roof, which I can probably literally just add later, but because I want to figure out like what the design of the roof is gonna be. So I'm just gonna take this and I'm gonna copy it and put it over here as well, because I'm gonna use this exact same blueprint for the grocery store as well. I'm just gonna replace the assets for the windows with something else. And you're gonna be a bit bigger. Maybe like that. So you're gonna also have a parking lot, but it's gonna be like in front like that, and then you're gonna be put like farther back like that. I think that works. And then like maybe I can use like this road to like connect it back here for like a truck entrance or something, or like a shipping entrance. But like the player's not gonna be able to like go fully down this road. There'll be like an invisible wall like right here. But yeah, I think for now I'm gonna end stream here. I know, like I said, it was kind of a short one, but I at least wanted to get started with just getting back into the swing of things. Next Tuesday, I'm going to be working on more of the Union Cross presentation. And next Thursday, I will be working on more of this game. Actually, I might not be streaming Tuesday. I just thought of something. Cole asked me to help him out with something on Tuesday, so I might not be back Tuesday, but I'll be back Thursday with either the presentation or this, whatever I feel like doing, and then we just go from there. But yeah, I'm glad I was at least able to show off what I got done so far, because I did a lot during the time I wasn't streaming, and I think it looks really nice, even if you know, even if there's still like placeholder assets and all that. At least getting something down, I'm very proud to say that I've made a lot of progress. So thanks for watching. I'm just gonna end. I'll see you on Thursday next week, or any other day if I just randomly decide to do a surprise stream. I will see you then for more whatever I decide to do. So take care, and have a good one. Goodbye.